Hey guys, I'm MJ, and I am your Atlas to Life. For a personalized tarot card reading, email me at em3dj3@gmail.com. They are $30, and we can take our time and talk about whatever you need to know from the cards. They usually last like an hour, I'm not even joking. They're super awesome and fun to do, and I love meeting you guys. But if this tarot card reading is finding you, you know who you are. It's for you, and you need to hear this message. Ew. Sorry about that. I'm going to lay the cards down real quickly here and see what we get. And I think I'm going to sit down when I read the message because it's a little bit cold in Ohio. And so I'm trying to stay warm. Let's see exactly what I needed to see right there. I still don't think you can see them too well, but let's push them over like that. And I'll hold them up as we talk about each card. Okay. Push that over just a little bit more. One. Oh. And number 10. Okay. Let me sit down and get started. And I might not have a whole lot of nice clothes or anything to wear as we're changing seasons, and my candle may have died, but I do have some $2 nails that I bought. Kind of, they're just basic ones, and then I can design them up myself. So it's like one simple little thing in my life that can bring me something special, even if we can't, get all that stuff all the time that we want. We can make the best of our situations. All right, let's look at these cards because this is a very important reading. I can feel it. Okay, so we start the reading out with the Fool card. And this Fool card here is the cover. This is the core of the situation. And this just tells me that we're basically walking into the unknown, right? Without a care, like they say, and just trusting in the universe. This is a new cycle, always an adventure. And the feel I get here is that we may need to take some directed actions because I feel like it's good to have a free spirit. Yes, that's true. And you need this feeling in your life right now. You deserve it. We deserve it. It's card 0 for the very first position, the core, and it's the very first deck of the tarot cards. I sense change is coming. And, enjoy this now while you can, because we're going to lose some of that, freedom that, might be essentially the thing that is our security right now. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I feel. Okay, so what's the obstacle? The obstacle is the reversed Knight of Cups. And for the Knight of Cups to come in here, this is a person who is, they're not who they say they are. I feel like this person's getting in the way. Or, I kind of get a sense that, someone doesn't really understand who you are, potentially. Even though you're trying to tell them, they can't, understand what you're saying, or they just don't really get it, They don't get who you are. Not fully, anyways. And, this is causing some misunderstandings and some unnecessary, confusion. And that's the obstacle. So let's look at, to clarify, we get an upright 8, the number 8 of Swords. And here, it's the number 8, that's good for manifestation and such. Just be careful not to let other people's actions and words mess with you. I always have to remind myself of this fact, you know. Don't worry. This card, it's all part of the sacred, I think it's like initiation. You know, once we get past this, and those blindfolds come off, we're going to see the world with new eyes, a whole new set of eyes. And the past is just going to dissipate. It's just going to fade away. So this obstacle will be removed. It's not a forever obstacle. The card in spot number 3, which is the crown, is the Two of Cups. So it's what we desire, right? It's how we aspire to exist. And it's love. This is the Two of Cups. It's the story of our life, right? And it always has been, right? It's the focus. That focus on coming together. The cups, the emotions, right? And we just want somebody who will love us back the way that we love them. And for this to be here, I feel like we want to live that every day and live love and experience it in everything that we do with them forever. You know, we feel like that's what will balance us out once we get this desire, and it's going to heal our soul for us. And like, it's always been the only answer. And, you know, and then you look down here for card number 4, and it's the foundation of this core issue of just being free. So many of us might not have that in the fullest sense. Not to say that people are single, but they might not feel loved back as much as they feel like they love the other person. But this is another 8. Plus the infinity looks like an 8. 8. 8. 8. For a manifestation. And we have the 11, 11 here. You know, that's definitely the universe. You know, and just remember, you know, with what's bringing us this strength is living free, like that fool here. But then, you know, that 8 of Swords, and I pick it up and I'm looking at this one, that 8 of Swords, you know, it's what's holding us back, you know. I feel like we're blindfolding ourselves. Right now, we're choosing not to see or deal with a certain situation. We're not really ready to give it up quite yet. But what we do have going for us is this strength. And I feel like we're people who have always had that strength. It's sort of like what we can fall back on. And, excuse me, just this knowing, right, of when you should forge ahead or pull back. And I also feel like we're getting stronger here in this current time. And people know this. Let's be the people, and they know that we're getting stronger. It's surprising to them, because no matter how hard they try to create struggle in our lives, they can't pull us out of that fool like mode or whatever quite as easily as they used to be able to. And that actually is giving us some control over them for once, because they don't affect us in the same way. Good stuff there. We have for spot number 5, which would be in hindsight, which is a silly word. So let's just say in the past. We get the Queen of Swords in reverse. And with the Queen of Swords in reverse, we may have been having some trouble basically expressing ourselves, and this is such a writer's card. So we were like writing everything down. We were writing down important parts of conversation, interesting things that we saw around us. We were journaling it all and trying to make sense out of all these things and just figure it all out before we could like say it effectively, so that anybody would even understand when we tried to speak our minds. Like it was important to us that they knew what we were saying, and they had to verify that afterwards, like, oh, now I get what you mean, right? So it was important for us to say it effectively in a way that other people could really know what it meant, because like we were figuring out what it all means. And to get this 5 of Wands, which is also laying in reverse here, I feel like we were, you know, catching the tricks and the ironies in the world around us. And, you know, we weren't going to stand for certain aspects of the world around us. So we wanted a different outcome. And that's why we art, and that's why we write, and that's why we voice our opinions, you know. I do think that this card being here means that we may have just surrendered in some of the moments, you know, without ever receiving that unity. Here with this card, and you know, it's that 11-11 stuff, you know, the universe kept telling us. And so when they say that we pick up on the synchronicities, you also have to keep in mind that we pick up on insynchronicities too, or unsynchronicities, and we may pick up on those even more so, really. But I just feel like we've been catching the signs all along, and the universe is speaking to and through us. Let's look at the future, because right here we get the 3 of Pentacles, and that one's in upright position. So let's see, it's the creative principle in action. Of course, is what everybody says. It's the main gist of that card, you know, and that's kind of exciting to me, because this is how we are going to, you know, it's advising me to just keep on being creative, right? Because that's how we're going to receive the material things, you know, that we need in order to build something important, because we are building something important, by the way. It's our legacies. And this card, with this card, there's some collaboration going on. It's our natural talents and abilities, though. We've found them and fostered them. And we are combining our attributes and pooling our contributions. And this is going to keep us all going. We must keep sharing, because it's healing the planet. You could also say that we must keep living out our life purposes, or that since this is in the future, we're about to really start fully living out our missions here on planet Earth in 2020. I'm a goof, but I think you know what I mean. So can you guys see these cards over here too? Not this one so much, so I'll pull it over. For our attitude, we get the 7 of Cups. And with the 7 of Cups here, you know, this is human emotions and feelings with all those cups, and there's 7 of them. That's a lot of cups. 7's a lucky number. Also, okay, this card, it's about having a lot of opportunities, but you have to think, okay, so the cups are the emotions and the feelings, and they're all of them. They're the good feelings and the bad feelings. And they're in a constant state of flux, always. You know, this card is the flow, and there's a lot of things that we're noticing. Our current mindset and our current attitude is in our lives right now. We think we're living an illusion. Kind of. It doesn't even seem like it could be so real. But you know, that goes right back to the Fool card, which is the main obstacle, so it makes a lot of sense to me. Here. So, okay. I feel like we just have to, you know, this card's just illuminating for us the fact that we are too smart. It's true though. We just see too many options. And there's too many choices right now that we could make work or, you know, be profitable from. Or so we think. And that might not actually be happening, but we see all the possibilities and they're on the table. And they're right in front of our faces and we just want to utilize them all. And we definitely have wild imaginations. Going back to, you know, the writer stuff and how we're seeing the world. So in a dreamy view outlook, what we dream for, it's what makes us stronger than others. Okay. I don't know. We just have such high imaginations and strong imaginations that I think we could envision everything, all of those dreams coming true. And it would be for, not just for ourselves, but it's for everyone. It's a delicious fantasy for all, you know, the whole world, really. We kind of think like that big, and we want what's best for the greatest good of all, you know, for mankind. So right now, let's work on pinpointing how exactly we can help the most overall. For the others, for the outside world, it's the 7 of Swords. This one's in reverse though. Oh, there's a yin yang. Okay, so we've got for us, we've got the 6 of Cups, emotions and feelings. And then for the others, and that was upright, so it's positive, you know, the actual meaning. And for them, they get the outside, the world around us is the reverse 7 of Swords. And what swords are, a lot of information. It's that knowledge and that wisdom. So they're not having as much luck in that area as we are. But they are both 7, so they're in direct relation to each other. And it's pretty cool they sat down as a yin yang like that. Can you guys see my hands at all here? Okay, well, you know, I started to push them over. But, okay. This is spot number 8. This is them. And for them, the others, the outside world. Like I was saying, we have that yin yang. It's another 7 in the other direction. It's just reinforcing it a lot for me right now. It means that we may be sort of like, you know, catching others around us in the act. And we're able to think and act quickly now. And so they aren't really able to take advantage of us anymore so much like they used to be in the past. And we used to want to change them, but now we are choosing to not even just need certain people. And we're just making new plans and striking new deals with the powers that be instead. What? This means that from out of the depths of our despair, we were crying out to you, oh Lord, right? Or whomever, fill in the blank with what's appropriate for you. But, and getting that kind of vibe from our past over here too. And we were trying to cry out from the depths and, you know, asking for help. And that's what they want us to do. That's how we get it. And so we have learned a new way. It was shown to us. It was given to us. We've incorporated it. I'm excited and I can't talk. Into how we exist now. Okay, spot number 9, an upright card here is the 6 of Wands. Now, wands are our desires, kind of like that card, but that one's the cups, which is our feelings, you know. That's how we interact with the world around us and experience it. Now, this is what we want, based on what we desire. Victory lap. I mean, everybody goes there with that card, but that's what it means. So I am sensing that march of glory, and I feel like it's going to be shared with friends and peers. And it's going to be, and I'll quote you on the definition. I think it says for exceptional personal talents, which is pretty cool. You know, let's see, that's the hopes meaning for this spot, because the spot number 9 is hopes and fears. So obviously this is the hopes part, yet the main figure here, I feel like he is like riding above all the others. So maybe we're riding above all the others on our high horse right now. And we think secretly that we may be a little better than them. And even though we cherish and adore and celebrate our, you know, the blessings that have made us who we are and our personal achievements and victories, the fear meaning here could be that we need to basically, well, we just can't let it get to our heads. Because once we do, then we start missing more important messages that are being given to us and from the people around us whom we need and that whom also need us. Because here in 2020, we've come a long way indeed, but this is judgment year and crunch time. And we are being retaught the hardest things, one final reinforcing, harsh, recapping lesson at a time. And right now is when we're passing the final judgments. And oddly enough, it's not, I have to say again there. You know, and for the others who, you know, basically aren't as lucky, and if you want to call it lucky, like we're passing it forward with them, you know, let's just say, because it takes a lot of work to get to this full state of living, and so it's not always the most positive thing, but we are lucky now that we've made it through that stuff and that we're experiencing life in this full state, serving and regenerating the world around us. And some of the people around us, you know, they're not there yet, so we have to just keep that in mind, that they need us, you know. Even though they don't have that yet, it's coming for them, and they won't get there without our help, because that's our job, right? The next card is for spot number 10. We have an upright hanged man, which is the number 12. So this is where it's all heading. And take this time. That's what I get here. They always talk about stasis and limbo. Use it, right? It's reminding me of a silliness. It's take this job and shove it. Actually, right? Why is it reminding me of that? Is it a song? Well, it is for some reason. Take this job and shove it. Let's see. Okay, where is this going? All right, so I mean, we've got that nimbus. We've got that supernatural. It's a power. We've got that enlightenment. That divine, sacred nature, flickering and flourishing in every molecule, grain of sand, blade of grass, and creature on earth, right? And we know it. Yes, we do. For this card to be here, you and I, need to observe our sacred energies just for a little bit longer. Our lives are being transformed forever. And what I'm getting is to take this time to just embrace, number one, the way the world is, like basically operating and happening around us. You know, this is the old way. Study it, pay attention to them, you know, use that sense of humor, because I feel like someday we're really going to miss this way of life here on earth, and we'll be able to remember back to when it was like this. But then for number two, we need a break, you know, before the real work begins for us chosen elitist old souls. Right now, we are above them in a sense. I mean, we're probably operating in different realms, whether we say it out loud or not. So the fourth and fifth dimensions are more of our norm, or maybe even just the fifth. And, you know, we're going to miss that 3D stuff someday. But we are wise, you know, and we're wise beyond their years. Savor it. Alone, even now, before they catch up and challenge us too. We're the forefathers. Surrender to it. Understand it. Now, if I put this one down, I'm going to pull just a few more cards here. They're going to come from this Luminant Spirit deck, but I just want to thank you all for all that you have been through, all that you have worked through, and all that you're doing and all that you have done. More than you know. I cherish all that work. You're beautiful, sweetheart. Okay, move these over so I have a little bit more room. Okay, can you see the cards? If I set them out here, because I feel like this one goes here. Okay. 6 of Swords. Oh. 6 of Pentacles. 3. Sorry for having my arms covered up here, but it's freezing in Ohio. And then the 4 of Swords in reverse. Of course you can't see them. That's a little better. We've already gone over these ones here, so let's see. So we have the number 13, which is the Death card. And Death is 1 plus 3 is 4. And I was going to lay 4 cards. I felt, you know, compelled to do that, which it was that forefathers talk, and that it really was, and that we looked into with foresight, and I think I just had that on my mind. So that equals 4. And Death in reverse, this is fear of change. This is holding on. It's stagnation. Ew, yuck. I really don't like the meaning there. But then we move along to the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is an upright card. And this is about transformation. It's about leaving behind. It's about moving on. And then came the 6 of Pentacles. An upright 6 here. And it's Pentacles. This is charity. It's generosity. It's sharing. So we can give and receive now. Yay. And the 4 of Swords. In reverse. This is a card about restlessness, burnout, and stress. For me, I see 2 4s in reverse. If you're a number person, lay off the 4s for a minute. Because those 2 cards, though, it's that balancing act. It's that duality in the yin yang stuff, because the 2 positive 6s are coming in. So maybe 6 is a lucky number for you today. And I do like, you know, when you have the yin yang, it's usually all one side's the dark or light, and then the other side is the opposite opposing factor. And I like the way it's distributed here, sort of like in a cross. So right smack dab in the middle, I pulled 3 cards from the Crowley deck, because I feel like that, you know, the deck. I want to clarify what these, for our future, it was the 3 of Pentacles here. Let's see 3 factors for the collaboration there and how that's going to work about. But so just to refresh quickly, these are the things that we're all working on right now currently. This is shining just a little bit of light on here, and it was half good and half positive. Well, it went negative, positive, negative, positive. So yes, all of that stuff is being worked out of our systems right now. And that's those final tests for you. So we have a fear of change, and we're holding on to some things that we don't want to let go of. There's some stagnation going on. That's one of those major final lessons as you move through and, you know, past the final judgment. With this one here, we're transitioning. Positive thing. We're leaving behind some things and we're moving on. We are charitable. We always have been, and we are generous, and we are sharing. This card in this deck means that we have received in the past, and we are paying that back forward. Now we can give and receive. And then the other card that we're working through and incorporating into that final stuff is restlessness, burnout, and stress. So that one was the other negative. So pay attention in your life. And when you're working through this stuff, you can check it off and say, oh yeah, I'm that much closer. Okay? But it's excellent though. I mean, it's cool. Like, we're hanging in stasis right now during this period of time. And, you know, the progression of the main issue. I feel like with that card too, the progression, it says that this time will not be wasted. So these 4 cards, you know, they're the yin yang dualities of what we're currently working on within ourselves. All right, I banged out the Priestess. This is about that collaboration that's coming in the future. And number 2, there's 11, 2, the 2 of Cups. But this is the major arcana here. 2, the Priestess. We get number 1, the Ace of Swords. And we get 17, the Star. Okay. This is that pure, exalted. I can't pull them over. Oh, geez. Point at the right card. Pure, exalted, and gracious influence is going to enter the matter and bring change. And then the root of the powers of air is stepping in. Our voice. It's leading us to peace, pleasure after pain. And finally, hope and unexpected help. Clarity and vision, spiritual insight. So there you have it. This reading is now closed. Email me for a personalized reading. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on all my other social media sites because I got a lot of cool things going on. Let's see. So, sorry if I was a little bit hard to follow today. We're trying to, unfortunately, quit smoking due to, you know, our financial situation, and we're trying to redo a house and make it winter ready. It's freezing in here, by the way. So we need to put our finances there because we're smart people, and that's what we decided to do. And, you know, that's a hard day to get through, but I'm doing great. Okay, stay grateful, stay thankful, and we will all be blessed collectively. So much love and light to you from me, MJ, your Atlas to Life. Stay bright. I like your vibes. em3dj3@gmail.com for a personalized reading. They're $30. Namaste. Peace. Love ya. I'm out.